back to Cooking with Leah. So this week we are going to be making some homemade cinnamon rolls. Now, a lot of people are very intimidated when it comes to using yeast at home, but I'm going to show you just how easy it is. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so here are our ingredients for today's recipe. This is everything you are going to need for the recipe, so let's just go ahead and get things started. For this recipe, I will be using a stand mixer. You do not have to use a stand mixer in order to make your cinnamon rolls. I have made them before without it and it works just as fine. It's a little bit more work, but if you have a stand mixer, I just recommend using that. If not, you can just use your hands. First thing first, we need to activate our yeast. I'm using active dry yeast. You can use instant yeast and I will put that down below on what the conversions are for that. But we have 3/4 a cup of water, 2 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast, and then we have 1 tablespoon of sugar. So we're just going to mix all that together and let it bloom for 5 minutes. So next here we have our 1/3 cup of oil. I used canola oil. Then we have 1/4 a cup of whole milk. So guys, I made the mistake of forgetting that I used buttermilk instead of whole milk. So make sure you are using 1/4 a cup of buttermilk and not whole milk. It makes a difference. And we have 1 egg. And we're just going to mix that all together until it's thoroughly combined. So our yeast has bloomed. That is what that is looking like. And then we have our egg, milk, and oil mixture over here. So now we're going to pour both of these into our stand mixer. And as you can see, I have the dough hook attachment on there because that's what we're going to be using to knead our dough. So we're just going to pour it over. And we're just going to mix that all together. So next we are going to add our 1 teaspoon of salt. I did also forget to mention that make sure that you add the rest of our 1/2 a cup of sugar to this mixture also. So next I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour here. We're just going to gradually add it into our wet mixture here until we get a dough that is nice and tacky but not sticky. See guys, this is what happens when you put too much flour in there and put it up too high and it all spews out everywhere on you and all over you. But nevertheless, we're gonna keep on going. So guys, here's our dough. It's looking pretty good already. I'm just gonna feel it a little bit and see if it's still sticky. And it's tacky but not too sticky to where it's sticking to your hands. So once our dough is looking exactly how we want it, I'm just gonna put it on setting 2, and we're gonna knead it for 5 minutes. Okay, guys, so here I have a bowl that I have put some canola oil in. This is just so our dough does not stick to the inside of our bowl. And we have our dough over here, so we're just gonna transfer it from this bowl into this bowl, and then we're gonna cover it with some saran wrap, and we're gonna cover it with this towel right here, and we're gonna let it rise for 1 hour. So we have our dough here all ready to go. Like I said, the next step is to let it rise for 1 hour. If your house is a bit cold, it will take a tad longer for it to rise. But what I do sometimes is I just put the oven on to about 400 degrees and then lay it on top of the oven, and then that will ensure a warm environment for your dough to rise. If not, you can just lay it on your countertop or on a table and just let it rise for 1 hour, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, here our dough is. As you can see, it has doubled in size, and here, yes it is. It's a QVC pipe. Now, don't flame me up. I didn't want to pay $20 for a big rolling pin, so I just went to Lowe's and got this QVC pipe. It was only $3, so you know, just a little tip for you for trying to get an inexpensive rolling pin. But anyways, we're gonna take this, we're gonna put this out onto our countertop here that I have cleaned off very thoroughly, and we're gonna roll out our dough. just gonna roll and stretch it out until you get something looking like this. So next I have 1 stick of softened butter here. I'm just gonna take this butter out and we're just gonna smear onto our dough, and then we're gonna go to the next step. So we have our butter spread all over our dough. Now here I have 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of regular sugar, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and we're just gonna spread this all over our dough and butter. So here is our brown sugar mixture spread all over our dough. Now this is up to your discretion. If you like a lot more cinnamon, you can put more cinnamon. If you like more brown sugar, you can put more brown sugar, or you could put less. But next, our next step is to roll it up. Now that our cinnamon rolls are all nice and rolled up, I use some floss to make them into even 2-inch rounds, and this should yield you about 12 cinnamon rolls. Alright guys, so here are our cinnamon rolls. I just have a dish here that I have smeared some butter into just so our rolls don't stick, and I'm just going to put them in here. Alright, so here we have our cinnamon rolls in the pan. Some of them are a little bit bigger than the other ones, but honestly that does not matter. They're all going to be good regardless. So we're just going to cover this up with some more saran wrap, cover it up with another towel, and we're going to let this sit for another hour so they can rise. And then we'll be back once again. Alright guys, here we have our risen cinnamon rolls. The next step is to put this in the oven for excuse me, refrigerator, I was talking. Damn. Is to put these in an oven that's set at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And while these are in the oven, we're going to get our icing ready. So this is what had happened. When I took the cinnamon rolls and put them on the counter, I accidentally dropped them a little bit and hit them too hard on the counter. So all the rising they had did for an hour, it deflated, and I had to remake them after I had baked them because they just didn't turn out right. Everything else is the same. Just make sure that you're careful not to drop them down on the counter so all the rising that I just did was for nothing. Guys, so for the icing on top, I'm going to do a lot of eyeballing. I'll try my best to list below how much I'm using of each ingredient. So we're just going to take our softened cream cheese here. And again, all of this stuff is really up to your discretion. If you like a more cream cheese flavor, then use more cream cheese. If you like less, then you use less. That's why I said it's really up to your discretion how much stuff you're using. And that's why I'm doing a lot of eyeballing, because I know what kind of taste I'm going for. So got heavy whipping cream here. I think I'll probably do 1/4 of a cup of that. I'm gonna do probably a tablespoon of butter. And then a few splashes of vanilla extract, or just a splash, should I say. And we're just gonna mix all of this until it's well incorporated, until it's a little bit whipped and frothy. Ooh, okay. So once you have something that looks something like this, we're gonna start adding in our confectioner sugar. It's gonna go a little bit at a time until you get your desired taste. Some more. I'll probably just end up using the rest of this. So this is what our icing is looking like. It's at the desired taste that I like, so this is all good enough for me. Now we're just gonna set this aside and wait for our cinnamon rolls to get done, and then we're gonna lather those babies up. All right guys, and here we have it, our finished cinnamon rolls. You see the height on that thing? Yep. All right guys, so there you have it. Simple and easy cinnamon rolls. Go ahead and comment down below if you do decide to make this recipe. I would love to know how they turned out. And also comment down below what type of videos you guys would like to see from me next. Make sure to like this video, like I said, comment down below, and subscribe. And also put on your push notifications so you guys can get notified on when I'm uploading my videos. Go ahead and share this to your family and friends. I would really appreciate the support. And I'll see you guys next week on the next video. Bye!